Starters, Trey, Kevin, Tori, and John, and Dwayne.
Who takes Jeremy's spot now in the rotation?
Tonight, Dre. Really excited to inherit Jaylen Adams. I've talked about him probably a month ago, and I think we had him for a game. Jeremy was out, and just the possibility. I think it was the OKC game. Yeah. Possibility of playing Jaylen Adams extended minutes and giving him a real opportunity. And so this is a real opportunity. He's out. His ankle is still a little sore, so he won't play tonight. But moving forward, that's really where we're going to go. I know he's ready for the moment, and we're ready to have him.
Yeah, thoughts on Jeremy Lin's tenure here?
Jeremy and I spoke prior to the season, and I spoke with every person individually, either introducing myself or just the direction that we're headed. He's a guy that was valuable for us for a lot of reasons. You have an experienced point guard playing with the inexperienced point guard. And so, we called him a stabilizer for most of the year just because we knew what we were going to get when Jeremy was on the court, knowing you have a young point guard that's playing the bulk of the minutes. And so that was really the part that was important for us, is to when Trey was in, let Trey grow. When he was out, we had a steady point guard that we could rely upon. The second part was Jeremy played 35 games the past 2 years. And, I was with Jeremy his rookie year in Golden State, and I've seen his growth, and I understand kind of where he was coming from after being out for 2 years. And perfect opportunity to not come in and have a huge responsibility, but also get an opportunity to reclaim himself, especially heading into free agency. And so I think we accomplished that. I hope, when he leaves and he's gone, but I hope he's able to say this was a place where he was able to accomplish a couple of things. He helped us with Trey and being that stabilizer, and we helped him getting his career back on track.
What were the conversations like with him in these past few days?
None. It all happened pretty fast, to be honest with you.
So you didn't talk to him at all prior to
I have not. We went back and forth on text. He had a major move, obviously, that came up. It all happened just as quick as you found out is as quick as I found out. It just wasn't, when did we play last? Sunday. This wasn't conversation on Sunday. We were off on Monday yesterday, and so it happened on a day off, and there wasn't much conversation. They reached out and talked to Trav, and as business goes, it's kind of what happened. So by the time Travis reached out to me and we had a short conversation about the initial portion of it, I think we all found out after that. It obviously happened really fast, but I think that's kind of it for me.
Were you expecting a buyout, or?
I wasn't really looking at it as expecting or not expecting, to be honest with you. When I told you guys we were going into a day off and we'd have the Lakers next, all I was thinking about was my day off. So there wasn't a whole lot of conversations about who's getting bought out or one way or the other. So it wasn't one way or the other. I didn't think of it in either fashion.
Do you have plans for All-Star break?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to Bahamas. I'll be out of here Friday morning and back Tuesday. My baby girl will feel the ocean, feel some blue water.
You got a buddy pass?
What's that?
A buddy pass?
No, I don't. Sorry, Jay.
Coach, coming up from Greece, we have scheduled, to come here before the trade deadline. And I would like a comment of your concerning Tyler Dorsey, who was moved, and he's the guy who is candidate to be in the national team of Greece, for one championship.
Yeah. Tyler was here his rookie year last year, then second year. Nature of the NBA, we draft and we have a couple guys, and he was out of the rotation for us. One of the hardest working guys that we had on the team. Very quiet, soft-spoken, but never shied away from the gym or putting in work in the gym. And the conversation we had all along was stay ready, and don't know if the opportunity comes via injury or you work your way back into rotation, or what happened. He gets traded at the deadline and he's in Memphis, and hopefully he gets an opportunity to reclaim himself in a new situation. But can't speak more about him as a professional. I think he may have been our hardest working guy. He stayed in the gym. He was all consumed with basketball. It's tough. It's a new coach, a new situation, a lot of new players, and he was the odd man out for most of the games this year. And so I'm happy for him to be in Memphis, and I'm excited. Hope that he gets the opportunity. And I know, in September when he went and played the 2 games with the Greek national team, that first go-round of getting national exposure and hoping to continue with that. But it's an adjustment. It's an adjustment for an American player to go over for short periods of time and play. And I know, that was a challenge for him to go over there just for a couple weeks and play. But this is what happens when you're a young player. He's a second-year player. He's trying to get national experience, and he's trying to get NBA experience. And the best way to do it is the way he's done it, and staying in the gym and working on his game.
Coach, Lakers had sort of a brouhaha earlier this week when we found out that Ben Simmons had contacted Magic and wanted to talk to him. And, I was kind of wondering, as a coach of a lot of young players who are developing, how would you handle, or how do you think this organization would handle maybe some of those young guys trying to reach out to, former players who may be associated with teams in some front office?
I think the beauty of the league is, and especially where it is now, is they do it anyways. Whether, being in the same shoe company or having the same agent, a lot of that stuff happens naturally. I think it's almost odd that this one is a public situation, and it does get difficult when you have a former player that works for an NBA team and, someone that's well respected as Magic. But I think for the most part, we have Grant Hill's minority owner for this team, and Dominique does TV for this team. We don't have to do much. They're around. And, when any team comes in to play the Hawks, I always see players speaking to Dominique. So if it's more than that, I think players have access to doing that. But, anytime I get an opportunity to talk to Grant, talk to Dominique, talk to Vince, I take full advantage of it, because whether it's a conversation or full visit, we had Nash come out to LA, who was a former teammate of mine, and he introduced himself to guys. Every little bit helps, and that's good for us. But anything further, it's all welcome and encouraged. They just have to do it the right way, and we as an organization have to understand that, if it's something as simple as that, it's great. If it's something that you're a little concerned about when it's a different team, I think, everyone will handle it as appropriately as they can. But I think it's all out there anyways. When guys come and play the opposing team and there's people there, those conversations occur anyways.
After the other night, starters looking flat, like you said, after the game, have any further conversations been necessary?
Nah. Days, I think Vince said he golfed yesterday. So, for me, it was, how do we reclaim our spirit? Days off helped with that. We had a great walkthrough, shoot around, film session. Everybody's in a good place. It's the NBA, 82 games. You have that. I think the Lakers went through that in Philly a couple days ago after a great win in Boston. And so you're going to have the ups and downs with our team as a young team. We just got to remind them that we can't afford to be that way. We have to be together. We have to have a spirit. It's a we mentality that we keep speaking about, and that's important. But days off help. They really do.